Hello and welcome to Wisdom and Productivity, the podcast of Dr. Efrain Martinez. Today I am recording walking. I got inspired by several luminary figures who all the time record walking, and I was wondering how do they do to ensure that they get great sound. And I researched and found this awesome tripod that I'm holding right now, and it has a microphone on top. So to ensure that the sounds come across crystal clear, so both the viewer of the video and also the listener of the podcast can listen what the heck is that I have to say. So today I am going to reflect on a podcast by Tim Ferris that I heard, where he interviewed Sir James Dyson. Yes, Dyson, the one from the vacuum cleaners and the hair dryers and the hand dryers and anything that had to do with that kind of technology that we have all heard or seen on TV, maybe in airports. I know my school, Northwood Middle School, has Dyson hand dryers, and those ones actually work. They are designed to really dry your hands, instead of the ones that you just put your hands but you end up using your shirt to dry your hands. So in this podcast, Tim Ferris interviews Dyson, and he tells the story of his trajectory, and he talks about the genesis of the awesome vacuum cleaner idea. So this is how it went and how it connects to the field of education and basically life. So he had, as growing up, one electric tool in his house, and the one electric tool he had was a old vacuum cleaner, the ones with those gigantic bags. And as a kid, one of his chores was to use it to clean the house. When he eventually got married, he was an adult, he and his spouse bought a vacuum cleaner, and he thought for sure this vacuum cleaner would be way better, because he remembered the one that he had almost didn't pick up any of the dust, so it was in essence garbage. So he bought the fancy vacuum cleaner and he went out to use it, and he realized that the vacuum cleaner was facing the same problem, that it was not doing the job as it intended to be, or at least not at the level of quality that Dyson wanted his machine to work. It makes sense, right? If you spend money on something and it doesn't do what it says it's supposed to do, then you don't like it. So he started working on designing his own, and he says the story that he tried not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 5,216 times he tried with different prototypes. And in each one, instead of changing many parts of the prototype, he will only change one thing. Only one thing, so he could know what was working, what was not working, and why. And guess what? After 5,126 times that he failed, he finally found success in the product that he wanted to design. So he basically is something about a cyclone, and I don't know much about the technology, but he wanted to revolutionize. He wanted to disrupt the status quo on what was accepted in a vacuum cleaner because he had an idea and he believed in his idea and he knew that it would be way better. So, how do we apply this to the field of education and the field of life? Well, first of all, how many of us, I know I am included, have often felt defeated when someone says one little thing about our work, when someone gives us constructive criticism and we get it personal, we think is something against us. But no, like Mike Lubefeld told me one time, you must embrace all criticism as that will make you better. So the lesson again is that in life we must try, persevere, and succeed in order to get to the place that we want to be. We must always learn that after reaching and climbing that mountain, guess what? There's going to be another mountain waiting for us because the challenge is never going to end. And doesn't matter how many times you try, even if it is 5,127th time, that might be the one that you get correct. And therefore, we must embrace that perseverance is key for success. This has been all for today. This is the podcast of Dr. Efraín Martinez, Wisdom and Productivity. Peace and calm.